Let's mancha! My family and friends are always asking me how I get my food to look and taste like it comes from a restaurant. Well, I'm going to show you how, step by step. Hello, I'm Adrienne Brandis, busy mom, wife, land developer, and real estate agent. I'm a cowgirl at heart, always have been. I used to be a cop on the streets of Los Angeles. Now, I've traded my gun for a spatula. Cooking is my passion. My always hungry husband, RJ, and I love entertaining in our home and eating out. From dive bars to fine dining, I'm constantly inspired by chefs and discovering new recipes. Let me show you how to cook restaurant quality food in the comfort of your own kitchen. Welcome to Adrienne Brings It Home. Hi, today we're here at Antonello Restaurante, located right across the street from South Coast Plaza here in Santa Ana. And today, it's all about the gnocchi. Not the gnocchi, but the gnocchi. I'm so excited to see Antonio. He's the owner and the chef, Antonio Cagnolo. We've been friends forever. We're also gonna meet Executive Chef Sal. Let's go see what's cooking.
Okay.
So we're doing the gnocchi.
Yeah, so the gnocchi, okay, well, this is like my mother's recipe, okay? So my
God bless
grandmother,
her. I loved your mom.
And so it's just very light. This is something we used to eat, we used to prepare very quickly. Sometimes I come home and say, "Ma, can you make me some gnocchi?" Oh, sure, yeah. Just, she gets
And so she just make it fresh that day.
Fresh, I mean, the day. Okay.
And that's what I love about Italian food is it's so simple. And the ingredients are super important, right, Antonio?
Yeah, everything fresh from the garden.
That's awesome.
That's how we start. 44 years ago, and the people will say today is a farm to table. We started that 44 years ago. I mean,
tell me the secret to your gnocchi, and I promise I won't tell anyone.
I believe that. The secret is because it's no secret. It's very simple. You start with the ricotta cheese, baking flour, Parmesan cheese, 1 teaspoon of olive oil, not much, just so that doesn't stick, and a little pinch of salt.
And that's it. And then we'll do some kind of fabulous sauce as well.
That's it. So
okay, let's roll, baby.
Ricotta. So we got the flour. We're gonna start kneading like that. So, the executive chef Salvatore Ferrara.
Hey.
We met. He was 16 years old. Okay, so you finish it up, and Adrienne and I, we're gonna be waiting.
What sauce are we gonna make, Antonio?
Oh, just today we're gonna have the butter and cheese.
So like a brown butter and sage.
Brown butter and sage.
Oh,
okay.
One of my favorites.
All right.
So you kind of knead it just like you would do a bread. Yeah.
And you roll out a couple lines, and then you make it whatever size you want.
Gotcha.
Vámonos, vámonos.
Oh boy, I can smell it from here.
Oh my God. So,
Oh my goodness.
God.
And your mama's dish too.
My mama. We're gonna eat this, right? I mean,
Oh yeah.
All
Thank
right,
you, Chef.
look at that.
Let's manja.
Manja, manja, manja.
Manja, manja.
Oh my God.
I could literally eat this sage all day long. Beautiful. You can really taste the sage, obviously, which and the frying of it makes it just wonderful. What's interesting is you used ricotta for the gnocchi, but you can't really taste ricotta.
No. It's well, because the ricotta is the base, and then you put flour to knead it. You kneading the kneading. You taste sometimes the little bit of the olive oil.
I could live on pasta and bread, but the sauce is amazing.
Butter, sage, and Parmesan cheese. That's it.
But the browning of the butter adds a bit of flavor, right? Like a nuttiness to it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it gives a little bit of nuttiness into it, yeah. The gnocchi, it's something that can adapt to a lot of different sauces.
So it takes on the flavor of the sauce.
It takes, if you want to use a meat sauce, it's also very good. We do that for some time. Meat sauce or the marinara.
So Antonio, I know that you went to cooking school, obviously, but do most of your recipes come from your mama?
Yeah, my mom, she would do like a big meal out of nothing. I mean, that was secret. It was just, I say, Ma, how do you make such a
big, with almost nothing in there.
But that's kind of the Italian way, right?
Yeah, everything is fresh.
Simple,
Simple, fresh.
But your mother spent time here in this kitchen at Antonello's, right?
When we started in 79, yeah. And I would say I still have my staff from 44 years ago.
Wow. So would you say this gnocchi is a fan favorite?
Well, most of our dishes are a fan favorite, but gnocchi kind of stays right on the top.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It stays on the top.
Well, I give it 10 stars.
Hey, listen, we take any stars. I'll put the stars.
Molto bueno.
Molto buono, molto buono. Grazie, arrivederci e ci vediamo presto.
I feel like I've been invited into your home. It's just really, you probably spend more time here than you do.
This is my, exactly, this is my home.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Antonio.
Thank you, sweetie. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thank you. The best.
The Italian
the best,
man.
the best, the best, the best.
Be still, my heart. We had such an amazing time at Antonello's yesterday. It was so great to see Antonio. Really brought back a lot of fabulous memories. That's what meals do, and we're gonna create some more memories tonight. I was really inspired by Antonio to make some gnocchi, although I'm gonna use a different sauce, or maybe 2 sauces. I was so inspired, I invited my girlfriends over for a vino and gnocchi happy hour. I'm doing my gnocchi a little bit different than Antonio did. I'm adding a few more ingredients. I'm starting with an egg, and I like to always use an egg that's at room temperature. Gnocchi is sometimes made with potatoes, which is very true. A complete different recipe. Today I'm using ricotta for the gnocchi, and I want to lightly beat my egg. As I always say, you like to layer things, so I'm going to put some salt and pepper in. Just regular old sea salt. And some white pepper. So I'm going to whip that in, and then I'm going to add my ricotta, which I drained a little bit. The drier, the better. I've added the egg and now the ricotta, and I'm going to mix that up. So you've just got your salt, your pepper, your ricotta, and that beautiful egg. Did you see the color of that yolk? I put some gloves on so everything doesn't stick, and I've got about a half a cup of Parmesan. Normally I would make a lot more than this and I would freeze it, but just for purposes of teaching you how to get this done, that's how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna put in less than a half a cup of flour, of which I have more, but I'm gonna use flour to roll out the gnocchi as well. Now I'm going to blend this up. And listen, after you make this 1 or 2 times, you'll know the consistency, you'll know how it feels. You put a fabulous sauce on it and you're all good. I'm gonna dust this with a little bit of flour. Just pop this onto my counter here and knead it a little bit more. And the Parmesan is gonna add a lot of flavor. So I'm gonna roll this out like a little snake here. And you can do these any size you want. The heavier the sauce, you're going to want to have a larger size gnocchi. You're gonna just wanna cut them into little squares. So much fun. So I'm just gonna put some little fork ridges in here. It also helps to grab the sauce when you have that little indentation there. And gnocchi freezes really well. You can take these right here and put them in the freezer, and then when you take it out of the freezer, you just put it in the boiling water in its frozen state. Do not thaw it out. So I'm gonna keep on rolling here, and we'll be back to show you the 2 sauces. As promised, I'm going to teach you 2 different sauces for the gnocchi. They're very, very different. This is basically a tomato sauce. It was created by Marcella Hazen, who wrote the classic Italian cookbook back in 1973. When it was discovered how delicious it was, the New York Times published it, and as we would say today, it then went viral. Italian food is simplistic, but you have to have great ingredients. The tomatoes that I bought are San Marzano, and they come from Italy. They're less acidic than what you would buy here. They have less seeds in them. They're just a more vibrant color, and they're much more tasty. So I have 28 ounces of that in my little Dutch oven here. And then I'm going to salt and pepper. It does take about 45 minutes to cook, but you're just simmering it. You're going to take a white onion, cut it in half, and plop it right in just like that. Then, I know this is so like anti-Italian, I'm gonna put 5 tablespoons of butter. And guess what? You know it's Irish butter. I'm gonna simmer it on medium to low heat for 45 minutes. Then you take the onion out, and some people say throw the onion away. No, save the onion for something. Put it on a piece of toast. It's gonna be filled with major deliciousness. So we've got that simmering. We're about halfway through with the tomato sauce. It's been going close to half an hour. I just want to give it a little bit of a taste. The tomatoes are a little acidic, so I'm going to add just a little bit of sugar, which cuts the acid. Stir that up and then just let it go for another half an hour or so. Now for our next sauce, which is something I just created one night. I call it alla olio. I don't know what they call it in Italian, but that's good enough for me. I use a wok because I love how a wok heats up evenly, and I can have the sauce in here, throw the gnocchi in it, and toss it very lightly. So this is a great Tuscan olive oil. I don't even really measure it, but I'm cooking for about 6 people. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna put about a half a cup in there. And I know the real Italian way is to not cut it with anything, but I use some homemade chicken broth because that oil could be super, super heavy, and the gnocchi's already heavy. I know this looks like a lot of garlic, and it is. It's about 30 cloves, but once you cook it, it will take that bitterness away. And the one thing with garlic is you don't want to brown it because it gets super, super bitter if that's the case. So I'm just gonna let this saute very lightly. This will take 2 or 3 minutes to get the garlic cooked through. Good time to add your salt and pepper. You're going to cook your gnocchi in salted water, so you don't want over salt. The entire house smells like garlic already. In the tomato sauce, there's no garlic at all. This is going to go over a lot of gnocchi. So I have a homemade chicken broth here that I'm going to add to it. And then I'm going to let that simmer and cook down. And both of these sauces you can use on any pasta. It doesn't have to be on gnocchi. If you've got some dried pasta in your pantry and you want to whip up a quick dinner, either one of these is the key. And the red sauce you can also freeze. If you did a double batch, you could freeze that in a pouch next to your gnocchi, or just have it frozen for when you want to put it on a different pasta. This sauce, the alla olio as I call it, I would not freeze. I would make it fresh each time. And you know, if you wanted to, you could throw some basil in here at the very end, or some rosemary to add a little bit of different flavor. You could even put some sage in there. Remember, Antonio used the sage with the butter. I'm actually going to leave this here. I will throw the gnocchi in boiling water, and then I will put that into the sauce. Same with the tomato sauce. Oh, I just heard Antonio's coming over tonight, so I better be on top of my game. I'm ready for vino and gnocchi. Some of the guests have arrived, and now I'm going to get my tomato sauce ready. It's been simmering for over an hour, and it smells amazing. Before I take the onion out, I just want to test it, see if it needs any salt or pepper. Sublime, even if I say so myself. So you've got all the flavor out of the onion, but I am not going to throw this baby away because it's got the flavor of the sauce. And I am going to maybe just put it on a nice piece of crispy Italian bread. I'll throw the gnocchi in a few minutes, combine the two, and I'll save the garlic, the alla olio, for later because it's kind of kicked their little butt. This is the fresh gnocchi I made. So much fun to see the little dumplings coming all to the top, which is when you know they're ready. I'm just gonna shake it around. It sounds like they're having a great time outside. The wine must be kicking in. Well, you guys, here we are with the I'm doing the tomato sauce first. So Antonio made a beautiful butter and sage sauce, brown butter and sage.
Yes.
So I thought I'd switch it up a little bit. So this is wine and gnocchi.
And amore.
And amore. It's kind of intimidating having Antonio here.
I have to say, Adrienne, you're pretty brave.
No, don't worry about me. It's, I appreciate good food, and this looks like marvelous.
Well, listen, he taught me how to make the gnocchi, but not the sauce. So, Antonio, there's no garlic in the sauce. It's a sauce that you simmer with an onion and butter for about an hour. Always finish with the Parmigiano, right, Antonio?
Absolutamente.
Oh, that's so
I
fresh.
love the sauce.
Wow. Wow.
Not bad for an Irish broad, hey?
We'll put some more sauce on top of that. It's really good.
I love it, yay. Okay, I'm gonna go do the garlic sauce.
Very good.
Delicious,
Wow.
thank you.
Hold on to your horses for this one.
Very good.
I want the recipe.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna have second. I don't know about you guys.
I would love some more.
Could Adrienne be a chef at Antonello's?
I would hire her in a second, but I don't think she will work for me.
I heard that, and you're right.
I think she could be my partner.
This sauce is very intense, but you can see how 30 cloves of garlic is not outrageous, right? Now we'll toss this up and look at that. Let's have a little gnocchi, baby. And now I'm going to hit you with the garlic.
Mamma mia!
Mamma mia! Okay, you can do the.
Oh, that
Will
is
you do the honors again, my love?
Absolutely,
Okay.
my dear. Look at this. Wow.
So there's like 30 cloves of garlic in there, Antonio, but
That's all?
That's all.
Tell you?
I don't think I've ever cooked for you before, have I?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so there's a first time for everything.
This is really good. Wow.
Well, you're so surprised.
No, I'm not so, yeah.
I really want people to understand that you can cook restaurant quality
Yeah,
food
yeah.
in your own little kitchen.
When I get out of the car and I come in here, I'm saying, okay, what are we gonna get now? You know, but I'll tell you, this is better than restaurant quality. Oh. I mean, I'm not kidding you. This is better than my restaurant.
I'm still not coming to work for you. No. Whoa!
Salute.